Hey, what's up? Welcome to the very first episode of the Moderately Buzzed Atheist. My name's Willie, and I'm going to be taking you on this little bit of an adventure. Um, First thing I want to cover is actually the separation of church and state. There's been a lot of people on my personal Facebook that's really had a big issue with this. They're saying things like, well, if you don't like God on your penny, well, then leave the United States. Or if you don't like one nation under God and the Pledge of Allegiance, then get the hell out. And, I can see where they're coming from. Those things have been instilled in our lives for generations. In fact, I grew up saying the Pledge of Allegiance every single day for, the first 9 years of my life in elementary school, and I never had any problems with that. I went to elementary school till I was a freshman. 6 years of my life. Anyway, so I just want to I'm trying to understand. I can understand the like and like the tradition, and put the the Ten Commandments on the porch of the courthouse, or put your hand on the Bible to swear your testimony. I can understand, that gives kind of like the warm fuzzy feeling that maybe there's a higher power above that's sort of watching down on all these, events in our lives that kind of create the morality of the punishment versus the reward that, Christianity and most religions bring. And I can understand their point of view. The problem with that is in the American Bill of Rights, the very first amendment states, Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or of the right of the people to peacefully assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Everybody's heard the First Amendment, right? Freedom of speech, freedom of press. There's a little bit more to it. Yeah, Thomas Jefferson was kind of a big backer of it, saying that, church and state, there needs to be a wall separating those. And then Justice Hugo Black wrote in 1947, and I like this a lot. The establishment of religion clauses of the First Amendment means at least this: neither a state nor federal government can set up a church, neither can pass laws which aid one religion, aid all religions, or prefer one religion over the other. In other words, of Jefferson, the First Amendment clause against the establishment of religion by laws was intended to erect a wall of separation between church and state that must be kept high and impregnable. We could not approve the slightest breach. I agree with him. I don't think there should be any church in any government government-run institution. All right, that's courtrooms, that's schools, that's anything. I mean, you look at what he says here, that would prefer one religion to another. And if you're a Muslim and you're walking up to a courtroom and there's the Ten Commandments out front, and you have to put your hand on a Bible to swear your oath, that's preferring a religion. I mean, if you walked into a courtroom and you had to put your hand on the Quran, holy shit, dude, everything would go nuts. People could not handle that. All I'm saying is we need to build these respect the founding fathers' neutral territories, right? These like these little havens where we can just be people with our government. And we have enough problems with the government anyway. We don't need to have God there too. Let's just make these build as many churches you want as around them. And let's just make these like safe havens of reason and justice, and like schools, for example. I mean, you have your kids for 19 hours a day, or 18 hours a day on school days, and for those few hours that they're away, let's just let them learn about things, but let's not have God involved. In fact, if I found out tonight, and I got a few beers in me, and I might do it, found out tonight that there was maybe an atheist teacher down at the local elementary school that was standing up in front of young, impressionable kids that had to be there, and she was saying, there is no God. God is a superstition. There is no evidence of him. He's the same as dragons. There's no reason to believe God. Your parents are wrong. This is ludicrous. You need to look at skepticism and reason and science for your answers, not to God, not to the Bible. I'd go down there right now and protest that, because that is a teacher, that is an adult putting their beliefs onto impressionable kids, and that's not their job. Same with religion. So, I mean, everybody who's out there who's like, that this amendment makes it so you can have 100 churches around that school, and nobody's going to say anything, and you can say what you want. I mean, you can exercise your First Amendment right down below and comment on this. This is my first video. I'm looking forward to this. But that's the Best Amendment. It makes you so you're free to speak your religion. You can open up the Bible and interpret it any way you want and preach to everybody. But we need to respect these neutral grounds for the benefit of all of us. Take, everything else, but leave the government and leave the country out of it a little bit. Just a little bit. You can keep everything you want else, but let's take the 10 Commandments off of the courtroom, because maybe there's a Hindu guy going in there for a trial, and man, that would be a little nerve-wracking for me if I was of a different faith. And you know what? I wouldn't even want to have any kind of atheist, stuff up there. Just putting my hand down on the satanic Bible and pledging my allegiance to Satan before I testified on my speeding ticket. Inappropriate. Let's keep God and government separate. Good talking to you. This is the moderately buzzed atheist signing out. First Amendment below. Comment. Let me have it. Come on. Come at me, bro.